Good evening, America. My name is Riley Steele, and I'm one of your sports editors for the DP. And tonight we are starting off with a new segment for our sports website, The Buzz. Welcome to After the Buzzer. Along with me is senior sports editor Stephen Tidings. So we're just going to take a few minutes and talk about some of the things we saw over the past weekend from Penn basketball, and then we're going to take a look forward and preview next weekend's games. So Stephen, to start out, tell us what you saw last weekend when Penn went up against Cornell and Columbia on Friday and Saturday.
You know, I was not at the Cornell game, but the offense exploded. You know, Tony Hicks was, lightning, thunder, meet the two of them. And it was kind of glorious. And then the next night, Fran Dockery picked up where Tony left off, kind of showed Columbia who's boss in the post. And at the same time, we also saw probably one of Penn's best defensive efforts of the year. They only gave up 60 points, which is season low, which at the same time is a season high, if you will. They kind of employed a 2-3 zone at times that really kind of took advantage of the fact that Columbia didn't have their main ball handler and really stifled Naudo Low, Columbia's arguably most athletic player. And really, it was an impressive weekend for the red and blue.
Good. Now, before we move on to next weekend, do you think we're finally seeing Penn come together playing with its nice two-guard lineup in the backcourt with Miles Jackson Cartwright and Tony Hicks, plus its dominating big men in the front court and Darian Nelson-Henry and Fran Dockery?
You know, I would say that, but at the same time, we saw barely anything from D&H this weekend. He played a total of, I think it was about 22 minutes between the two games, dealing with foul trouble. We still haven't seen all four of them truly clicking at the same time. Only one game this year have they all scored in double figures, and in most games it's only two of them. You know, we really need to see a complete effort before we can say anything. And I am somewhat skeptical that they're going to put it all together even this upcoming weekend against Yale and Brown.
Right, and as you mentioned, Stephen, this coming weekend, Penn will go visit Yale on Valentine's Day before taking on Brown on Saturday night. And it's going to be a tough match, but two of them will be tough matchups for Penn. Both teams are currently sitting ahead of the Quakers in the standings. Yale actually is tied for first. They upset Harvard 74-67 in Cambridge Saturday night. So you have a Yale team that's tied for first place. Definitely won't be easy. Penn has lost 3 of its past 4 games to Yale, and with the way the Quakers have been inconsistent this season, they could easily drop their game in New Haven on Friday night. Saturday night, hopefully, will be a different story for Penn. It depends, but Brown is also playing some good basketball. They're a half game ahead of Penn in the standings, and neither contest is going to be easy. As we've seen all year, Penn has played kind of inconsistent basketball. They'll get your hopes up with wins like the ones against Princeton, the ones against NJIT, heading into Ivy League season, and then they'll let you down like the Ivy weekend in Harvard, in Dartmouth. So who knows what we're going to see this coming weekend, but if last weekend's any indication and the Quakers can keep it up, 2 more wins may be in store, and then who knows? A 5-2 Penn squad hosting Harvard the weekend after could make for an interesting matchup going forward.
Absolutely. That's it for the first week of After the Buzzer. I'm senior sports editor Stephen Tidings. This is your host Riley Steele. I'm sorry for imposing in upon him. Good night, sports fans, and have a good week.